Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Shani. If you're new here, welcome, and to my regular watchers, I always appreciate you. On the menu today, let's make this delicious seafood ramen. Let's get started. You're gonna absolutely love this. Alright, so here are our ingredients. I have my ramen noodles, I have some okra, some carrots, some scallion, and some bok choy. I also have some grated ginger and garlic. This is my chicken stock. And then here I have a number of spices, some garlic powder, black pepper, seafood seasoning, cayenne pepper, paprika, and some all-purpose seasoning. And that's just to help to season up the broth. And then here I have a mixture of seafood. I have mussels, shrimp, and crabs. You can use any combination that you like. And this is some sesame oil for that authentic Asian taste, and then some tomato paste. So now let's go ahead and we're going to steam off our seafood first. So here I have my steamer on the stove and it's ready. So I'm just going to go ahead and add all the seafood in here. So I'm going to let this steam basically for about 5 minutes or so until the mussels open and the shrimp and the crab turn pink. Alright, so it's been about 6 minutes actually. So the mussels have opened up, and any mussels that aren't open up, you need to discard those. So into the pot now I'm going to add the sesame oil, and I'm going to add some onions. I didn't mention them, but who cooks without onions? Next, we're adding in our grated ginger and our garlic. You can use any amount here. It's about a teaspoon of each. Then in with your tomato paste, and this is just going to help to deepen the flavor of the broth and just round it off. So just go ahead and just cook that off a little bit, about 2 to 3 minutes or so. And then in goes your spices. You're just going to get those into that oil and just bloom them nicely. If you don't want to do this step, you can totally leave it out. Next, we're going to go ahead and add in our chicken stock. If you didn't have chicken stock readily available, you can just use some water. It's just as fine. The seasonings will help it, but chicken stock is quite bland. So after that has boiled up for a little bit, we'll go ahead now and then start adding in our ramen and the rest of our ingredients. Alright, so of course you know that ramen does not take long if you've ever had one before. It's about 3 to 4 minutes to cook your ramen, and it's just gonna be the same amount of time to cook all these veggies. So go ahead and place them in. Of course you don't want to use the okra, you don't have to, but for me with seafood, okra is always there. So now this is perfectly good. So this has been cooking for about 3 minutes just to soften up the ramen. So now I'm gonna go ahead and just add back in the seafood here and just leave it for another 3 to 4 minutes to just completely cook it. Now remember that the seafood is already cooked, so we're just trying to get these two married with the sauce and to just bring home the flavors from the sauce into the seafood. So I'll just go ahead and leave this for that 3 minutes, and then we'll come back and give it a nice big stir after that. And obviously we're not going to be able to bring all of the ramen to the front, but you just want to toss it around, and this looks great. This is done. We're going to actually go ahead and serve this up so you can see. And friends, this was so flavorful. This was my first time trying this recipe and it turned out awesome. And of course I had boiled 2 eggs, so I went ahead and placed them on here, and the egg turned out so delicious in this dish as well. So I really do hope that you'll give this recipe a try and just elevate your ramen a little bit more if you haven't already. So I'm just serving some up in a bowl, and I'm making sure to get a little bit of everything. Some of the mussels, some of the eggs, some of the okra, and of course if you don't like mussels or crab, you can use any seafood that you like. Just follow the same steps. If you use fish, just be careful because that's just gonna break apart. So just go ahead and serve yourself some up and totally enjoy it. Pour some of the broth on there and some of the eggs. Friends, you're gonna absolutely love this recipe when you give it a try. So thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Sprinkle on some more scallion on the top and enjoy. Bye now.